get the choice of putting them out there. People are already writing the articles now. We saw the article yesterday. You know what I'm saying? That I got Brad Crawford share from 247 Sports. I don't believe in the slightest that Beam's seat is that hot. I did see a guy that I mentioned before, that boy Billy down there in Florida. I'm not happy to see anybody's name on these lists. I'm not rooting for guys to lose their jobs. I just was of the mindset that I know Florida, I know what they expect out of their program. For South Carolina, and I think we've said this before, who is the person you think is going to come save this program? I think it's going to have to be the guy that is here right now, and you're going to have to then hope he can elevate the status of this program to a different echelon. But it needs to be somebody young, which Beam is. It needs to be somebody that's dedicated to this university that wants to stick around to make this university great, which Beam is. A guy that's seen South Carolina at its apex, which again Beam is also that as well. And like you said it in your tweet perfectly. Beam overachieved his first 2 years here, and I think that got people thinking very much differently about this team than where it was, than where it should have been. And you had things go the unfortunate route last season that led to it just being a 5-win team that could have easily been a 7-8 win team again.
Yeah.
If things go a different way, but that's the trick. That's the trick of the trade here, and we know that he's still trying to add more talent to the room. And I think this year you're starting to see more talent be added. And we saw some tweets that I don't think we all took the best. Took the best when we read them. Yeah, you know what I'm alluding to about the offensive line and whether they're having a subpar camp or are they just facing a really good group. I know, and before you go, we do got to think about this. Think about the guys that's on that defensive line: Tonka, TJ, Dylan Stewart, Desmond. Think about the guys that are on that group before we get to the point where we want to clinch up. Now, I understand, understandably so, but the floor is yours.
It's a perfect combination of youth and veteran, especially when you talk about Dylan Stewart, man. Do you see that edit with the spin move? You know what I'm saying? I know we had enough of spin moves in Carolina, but that spin move Dylan Stewart did. Hey, dog. He gonna be something, bro. He's gonna be something special, man. All those guys done bulked up, man. And this is we just got depth there. We got depth, just nothing but depth, bro. Gilbert Elmans, Kyle, my man from Georgia Tech, Dylan. You know what I'm saying? I can't say his last name, the number 9 with the
Desmond. I'm just calling him Desmond. We on the first name basis with him until I figure out how to pronounce his name properly.
Desmond, dog. So look, it's good. Iron sharp, I want it to be an iron sharpen iron mentality. That O-line they have to block, dog. They have to block, man. That's the main thing I'm really nervous about, dog. Especially with Lenoir's back there. I'm glad he's mobile. He's a little bit more mobile than Spencer Rattler. So a lot of think about it. A lot of the sacks that Rattler took last year, he just didn't have that mobility to get out of that. But hopefully Lenoir's don't have to use that a lot. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of sacks, I think Lenoir's can get out of that. So I think the sacks will be under. I think it'll be a little bit lower than it was last year. I don't expect this to be, the Great Wall, Columbia just yet. But they said they read the tweets. So it's time, like I said, it's put up or shut up. I think if not Old Dominion, Kentucky definitely is going to be that test in a few weeks. In 2 weeks, man, Kentucky's going to be that test. So, hopefully, I would love for us to, be dominant on Old Dominion, rest our starters, and get them ready for Kentucky on the road. Because, was it Kroger Field? Kroger Field ain't no joke. So,
no. Ain't no joke at all. Ain't no joke in the slightest. Again, I won't speak too much on them anymore. The season's right around the corner. The Pats got to do the talking. There's nothing I can say in terms of how good I feel or whatever. It has to be proven on the field. Give Gamecock Nation a reason to believe in you. That's the only thing we can really say here.